Recording.
What's up, everybody? Booze and Biz, I believe episode number 9. We've missed 2 weeks. The weather has finally cooled off. I live in South Louisiana, so it ain't that cool, okay? But as soon as it gets cool, it's bourbon season, baby. So tonight we are sipping my favorite bourbon, the only bourbon there should be. I don't know that like bourbon's a big thing that like people have all sorts of opinions on, but the best bourbon in the world, I'm sorry to say it, is Wild Turkey. And you can't change my mind on it. Many have tried. No one has succeeded. It tastes the best no matter what. So we're drinking Wild Turkey tonight. I do have some Michelob Ultras on deck just in case, right? Because Wild Turkey's a 101 proof. And so we may get ourselves a little tanky tonight. I got a lot to do tomorrow, so I can't be super hungover. But we can be a little hungover. Come on. All right, so let's jump into the show. So if anybody has questions or anything, how many people we got on right now? 8 people on the Zoom right now, and then over on the Facebook, we got 6. So we're not doing too bad. If anybody does have questions, please unmute. You can ask them. We can fire away. We can kick off the show however you'd like. If you're just drinking some bourbon, you may need a glass or two before you have the courage to unmute your microphone and ask the question. That's cool. I've got content prepared to talk to you guys about. I have a feeling that this is going to be a highly Christmas light dominated show, definitely today, and I would almost think for certain going forward. However, I will obviously sprinkle in as much general business advice as I can, just in case you're not a Christmas light contractor or a bounce house entrepreneur. And then if you guys have bounce house questions, right, I'm still getting a ton of bounce house questions DM'd to me daily about starting a business and this insurance and that, whatever you guys got, you guys can fire away. I'm all for anything you guys got. I got no preferences. That being said, we'll kick off tonight's show. No sponsor to the show tonight. Okay, I'm gonna give a little teaser though. So no sponsor to the show tonight. However, if you follow me and you're looking to get into being a Christmas light contractor, or shit, maybe you already are, stay tuned. Hopefully tomorrow I can announce it via social media if it's done. I don't know if it will be, but stay tuned. I got something super cool, super awesome, mega value for you guys. And do me the big favor, at least tonight, don't buy any Christmas lights. That's the teaser. Okay, that's the teaser. Okay, that being said, we will jump into the show and I'll jump into my monologue because nobody's unmuting and asking any questions. So we'll get rolling. So the first thing I want to address is a question that I get fairly often, but not super often, but it is one of my favorite questions to answer. Okay, the question is, Nick, I'm dying to become a Christmas light contractor or a power washer or a gutter cleaner or a bounce house operator, right? Insert anything here. I'm dying to start my business, but my problem is I'm scared because there's so many businesses in the industry around me. I just think competition's too stiff and I won't be able to get any jobs, right? It makes sense to say that because you think, oh shit, there's already 10, 15, 20, whatever bounce house companies near me. If I start mine, I got no shot. How do I compete? The problem is you're thinking about it backwards. Let me explain. If you were to text me and say, I got a great idea, I want to start a foam party business. Nobody around me does it. I'll be the captive audience. I'll have the captive audience. I'll be the only one in the industry. It's going to be incredible. I caution you. Why? Because nobody's in that industry, right? That makes sense. So you come into the foam party industry, which I did, in a market where there's nobody doing foam parties at the time. I did. Guess what happens? Nobody books your foam machine because there's no market. It doesn't exist. You have to then go out and create it through spending money on ads, Facebook and Google, but most likely for Facebook. Google ads, those over index when you have an audience looking for you. If the market doesn't exist, right? If nobody does, what was that thing that was like all the rave for like 12 minutes? Zorb balls or jelly ball. Those jelly ball guys were so amped about jelly ball. If you're in a market where there's no jelly ball people, you can't go run Google ads because nobody's Googling jelly ball, right? Makes sense. Now you could maybe go buy some bounce house ads and have, but that's just not how Google ads work. It's a Facebook ad thing. Now you're going to go spend money to create a market for something that doesn't exist. It's going to take time. I'm not saying it can't be built, but it just takes time. Guess what happens when you're then successful? That's when everybody else jumps into the pool and buys their foam machine too and starts throwing foam parties. It happened to me. I was the only one with it. I built the market, bootstrapped it. Now there's freaking 5-10 people around me all doing foam parties. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's what happens when you don't have it in the industry. I reversed it. Go back. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, dude? See you next week. Hey, I got something just to add on to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind. You got a second? So I've been district manager for a company called Fastenal. We've been in the industrial industry for years and years and years. And we've been just so excited about the fact that we have like less than 2% of the market share forever. Because as long as you have a small percent of the market share, you have so much to capture. All you got to do is figure out what you're good at and how you can bring more value than the guy next to you. And you got all the market share to capture. So I always want to be the small guy in a big pond. That's great. When you start being the big guy, that's when you have to go into defense and hold off these little guys. But when you're the small guy, like the sky is the limit. All you got to do is take their business. And I promise you, they're going to leave scraps around that you can pick up and then grow and grow and grow. So you're 100% right on that. If there's a bunch of people in the business, that's the time to get in.
Yeah. That's what I was telling them. Like, you can jump right in the pool and start swimming. Buy one, right? I mostly get the question with bounce houses, so I'll stick to that. But I'm like, go buy one used bounce house for $400. Then go put it on marketplace and it'll rent tomorrow, right? And then you can undercut guys like me, right? Because I've got no interest in taking a bounce house for $145 across town. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't. You do for $120. So you can come in and jump right in the pool and start making money. When there's a lot of competition, you know it's a healthy market, right? Take a look at my favorite analogy, right? Because I come from shoe sales, but my favorite analogy always is shoes. Look how many shoe companies there is, and look how many new ones come up out of like On, right? On, I think it's just called On Running or whatever. I wore my pair today. They didn't even exist like 3 years ago. Like, I never saw a single pair of those 3 years ago. Now they're on everybody's feet, but that's because the shoe game is so that industry is so huge and healthy. You can just produce a shoe that's cool looking and functional, and boom, you blow up, and you've got yourself a market. So if you're looking to get into a market, do your research backwards. Go make sure there's a bunch of people in the industry, not the other way around. It's not the good to be the first guy, because you got to do a lot of work to get yourself a market.
And don't let the prices intimidate you either. You don't necessarily have to. You don't even have to necessarily undercut them, as long as you practice quality, because you'd be surprised how many companies I had. When I started, I had at least 20 companies, and they were $100-$120 for a bounce house, $160 for a slide. We came in double the price, and now, I mean, we're, people pay attention to that stuff, especially if you post a lot of pictures and stuff of it.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a that's the other thing too, is if it's a healthy market, and the bounce house market is an interesting one, because there's so many people, and I don't want to say this in a way that's going to offend anybody, but there's so many people that use it as a side hustle, but also treat it as a side hustle. Having it a side hustle is badass, but when you treat it the business like an afterthought, you just set yourself up to just get clobbered by anybody that comes in that pays attention to the logo, that pays attention to the clients, that pays attention to the communication, right? And you do just all those little teeny tiny things. Well, yeah, you'll grow fast, and you'll be one of the big guys before you know it.
Yeah, man, there's a customer at every price point. That's the thing. And if you're lowballing it, you're going to get lowball customers. They're going to be fighting you for, 10%, 20% off. They're going to be canceling at the last minute, all those sort of things. Almost sometimes when you charge a higher price, you're going to get a customer that expects higher service. You come through that, and a lot of times it's a lot easier than the person who's worried about getting a bounce house for $80.
Right. Know your worth, but show your worth. 100%.
100%. And I hear what you're saying, Nick. I started this thing as a side hustle for sure, but I made sure to dot all my, I's, cross all my T's, have an awesome logo, make everything look like this was a full-time business. And that's 100% how everybody saw me and treated me, even though, it was definitely part-time for me for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just treat it. There's so many people out there that even if they're established and their business looks real, but they've been in business, we've been in business 15 years. Like, that guy's tired. That guy can be lazy. That guy, you know what I mean? And you can come in with some fresh boots on the ground and just crush, because you're going to be looking for all the little teeny areas around that they're missing.
Yeah. When that guy's got a Rolodex, that's, a yellow pages worth of Rolodex, and they got the website just pumping out new bookings and all that sort of stuff, they're not hustling anymore to pick up those new customers. And they're going to take a bad review now and again, and they just don't care, because, they got, 80 rentals going out this weekend. So that's where when you're getting in the business, you pick up all that stuff. We had a local company, and I'm definitely not going to say their name, but we had a local company that felt like it was that same way. And I mean, I would talk to them. Customers would say, well, this happened, that happened with that company, blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, I won't do that to you. I'll take care of you. And, and that's, you just build up that reputation. It's a good company. I'm not knocking them, but when you're as big as they are, small mistakes happen, and you don't care to pick up the pieces quite as much anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you're running volume. So it's not a detail game. It's a volume game.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's see. I want to jump into pricing out Christmas lights too. I know that's kind of a hard transition there, but how to price Christmas lights. And Bobby put in probably the best and hardest to answer question. So he said, how do you price a tree? By foot, or by wire, or by foot of tree, or how tall the tree is? The answer is yes and no. So the way you price a tree, okay, so what you're going to do to a tree is, obviously, you're going to take lights and wrap it around the tree, right? And I'm thinking, right, so I'm down in the south, so I'm thinking oak tree is what's in my brain, maybe crepe myrtles, but oak tree is a good example. You're going to start at the bottom of the oak tree, at the bottom of the trunk, and you're going to wrap around, right? Once you get up to the trunk, then you're going to send wraps up branches, however far that you can. That being said, the way, so Bobby, to answer your question, the way you bid the tree is by how many strands of lights are going to go around the tree. Okay. And he's talking pine tree. Okay. So same thing though, right? You're going to, I'll finish my oak tree, and then we'll do pine tree, because you may put different lights in a pine tree, but you're going to bid a tree by how many strands of lights you're going to wrap it with. Same for a bush. How many strands of lights are going to go in the bush? You can price, those are called 5mm minis. So you can price mini strands. I used to be $25 per strand installed. And they were like $9. They've gone up in price a little bit, but not much. I've like 10. I actually priced them today for this purpose. I think they were $10.25 a strand for 50L, which is what I prefer. So they're 10-20 a strand. I would charge $25 installed. I'm now up to 40. I charge $40 installed for every strand of mini lights. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's going on a bush, in and out of boxwoods, or going around an oak tree. It doesn't matter. $40 per strand. Now there's all sorts of ways you calculate the strands. It's mostly art, because a tree is not a column. Okay. If you go to ChristmasLightContractorsUSA.com, Fred and Donovan put on their website a tree wrap calculator and column wrap calculator. That's absolutely clutch. So it's got square column and round column. Both are a little bit different, right? But basically you just take the circumference, and then you take how close the wrap's going around. Okay, so that makes sense. Like, right, it's going to be wrapped like this, 6 inches apart if you're going ghetto, 2 inches apart if you're going fancy. Closer to the wraps, the more light you're going to take. Okay, and you plug all that into, I think, 3 boxes on Fred's website, and it spits out, you need 24 strands. Super duper awesome. Now, so Bobby, go ahead.
I can give you the formula if somebody wants it.
Oh, I have it written on the wall right there. I hate that formula so much.
I do it on my phone all the time.
Yeah, I actually built a spreadsheet that's probably like the ghetto version of what's on Fred's website, right? That's all Fred's thing is, but I built a spreadsheet that I can put them all in and calculate it. And it works great, right? But the math is more complicated than you could think of because it's got the circumference in there. So, but the website again was christmaslightcontractorsusa.com. I'll drop it in here. And this is my affiliate link. So if you buy anything cool, nope, it's not going to go. christmaslightcontractorsusa.com. Too long for me to type while I'm live. Okay, now, so Bobby, if you're going to be doing, yeah, there it is, linked in there. Bobby, if you're going to be doing a pine tree with C7s, that's not something we do down in the South because we just don't have those kind of trees. If it was me though, I would just bid it by linear foot of lights I'm going to use to wrap that tree. Depending on how big the tree is, I don't know if I would be cheaper or more expensive than to run it on a house. I almost think I'd be more expensive because that sounds like a pain to me to get up high and bucket trucks. I know you can do the thing with the paint pole and all that, but I would just bid it by how many feet of lights you're going to wrap the canopy of the tree with. And if I'm not mistaken, Fred's website has that on there too. I don't know exactly how it works. Let me see if I can get in there real quick. Oh, yeah, somebody dropped it in the freaking thing. I got it right here. So click the little link. Let me share my screen and we'll just do it together. Share that one. Okay. So I'm sharing my other screen, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera. All right, so here we are. So we're on here, and then you go to free resources, and then pine tree. Yeah, pine tree. Okay, and so then tells you what you need to figure out. Okay, so the width at the bottom, the height of the tree, and then the spacing of your wraps. So this is as you come around and wrap lights here, and then you're going to come around the back, and then you're going to wrap there. Okay, so how close those wraps are going to be. If you're doing a smaller tree, they're tighter. If you're doing a big tree, they're going to be looser. If you want to be fancy, they're going to be tighter, right? But 1 inch apart is ridiculous. You're not going to do that. Let's just say, I've never wrapped a pine tree, but let's just say we're going to do 5-inch spacing. Height of the tree is going to be 8 feet. And tree width at the bottom. What's a tree width at the bottom? I don't even know. 8. That's a fat tree. 6. Boom. There you go. Takes 34 feet. So then I would do 34 times 7. That's kind of like my base price for houses. That's $238 to wrap that thing with lights with 5-inch spacing. 5 might be big for that. I'm not.
And Nick, I think that's saying foot spacing though.
That's oh, you're right. You're right. You're so right.
Like maybe do 0.5 would be 6 inches.
There we go.
That seems
much more accurate. Boom, times 7. $1,200 tree. Yeah, $1,200 tree. 6 foot, 8 foot high. That's a lot of lights. I don't know. I don't do pine trees. So, but there you go. That gives you, right? If you put in the real numbers, you'll get a real number down here. And then you can times it by whatever your multiplier is. If I'm doing an 8 foot tall tree, that's 6 feet wide at the bottom. My guess is I'd be cheaper than $7 a foot, but then you can switch over and do columns. So this is square column, right? And then it just asks you the width in the inches. So just right there, the depth in the inches right there. So let's just say it's 6 inches by 6 inches. She's 8 foot tall, and this is in inches of spacing. Let's go 4-inch spacing. That's humble, right? So that's 52 feet. No, that's way too short. It's way too short. Hold on. 100 feet of lights. That's probably right. Right. So 25 foot strands. That's 4 strands. Yes, that's right. That's what I would do. That's almost exactly what I bid an 8 foot thing. So you do 4 strands of lights. So 100 feet divided by 25 is 4 strands times 40. It's a $160 pillar. Boom, done. So what you can do is once you get at scale, just to bookmark, tell your admin or your secretary or whatever to bookmark this website. So when they come through, right, you're just on Google Earth and you're just going to look on Google Earth and basically say, you know, that looks like it's 6 feet tall, rare. Looks like it's 8 feet tall, common. Looks like it's 10 feet tall, fancy. 12 feet tall, really fancy. And then you're just, you know, these are going to be pretty normal. When you're new, go to the house and just with the tape measure, just zip around and measure it. Same with, and then these ones have your circumference, right? Diameter width. Oh, they do it differently. I do circumference. I probably have an extra step to do circumference, but either way, tape measure across. Super awesome. Let's see. Yeah, so the moral of the story, let me unshare my screen and we'll get back over to what I was normally talking about. Okay, so how to price Christmas lights. Kind of the moral of this story, or that I wanted to share, was do not do what I did. Do not do what I did. Okay, so I started out actually hanging other people's lights, right? Show up to their house with a ladder and hang the crap that's in their attic. I thought I was expensive at $2 a foot. Now I wouldn't even start the truck for $2 a foot. So don't do that. Okay. Then what happened, right? I started running commercial grade stuff. Nobody really taught me what to do or how to do it. There was just like I teamed up with another local installer. I did one job with him. That's how I learned it. And then I went off on my own. And we're still buddies, right? We still share bulbs or whatever. But so fast forward, as I start bidding jobs, right? So I'm going through the old stuff and looking at all of my, right, as we get organized for next year, looking at all of the jobs I bid and the reinstall costs and everything. Oh my God, guys, it's ulcers. Yeah, I have ulcers today because I'm talking, we're going to install, right? And I go at $6 a foot so I can try and win the job. And then we'll reinstall the next 2 years for 50% of the costs. Like, it's brutal. It's brutal. Do not do that. The reason I did that was two reasons. Number one, I came from doing it from so cheap. My brain could not comprehend, right, a $1,200 bid, a God forbid, a $2,000 bid. Like, I just couldn't even stomach sending it to them, thinking about it, whatever. So I was trying to come down in price because I thought everybody's going to laugh at me. Well, fast forward to the end of last year, we were so busy, we were turning jobs down, right? So I screwed myself by taking all these, by lowering the price up front, but I was scared that I wouldn't get busy or I wouldn't be able to land jobs. Then the other mistake that I did was that reinstall cost. As we got busier, I kind of was like, oh, okay, we can just go $7 a foot or higher and get all these jobs. But I still was worried, for whatever reason. I came down super far on the reinstall cost, thinking like, I guess I was just thinking I was going to do it myself and it's all profit and the overhead. I don't know. I don't really know. And I'm too honest of a person to go back and raise it on them. You know what I mean? Like, I have to honor my work because it is who I am. I cannot, there's no way my body could have that conversation with it. I just couldn't do it. So I'm going to go freaking do $300 reinstalls. You know what I mean? That we committed to. It sucks. Don't do that either. Right. So right now, you should not be closing that many jobs. Right now, you should be gathering information. You should be sending out bids. You should be getting lots of, I'll talk to my husbands, but don't lower your price just to land stuff, It's a big mistake that we'll be fine, right? We'll still be profitable. We'll still make money. It'll be fine. But I'm going to have these clients, like, you know, next year will be the last year that I'm contractually obligated to install at that rate. So next year that you're going to be having $300 houses get in the way of $5,000 houses. Just the truth.
I'll back you up on that, Nick. I did the same thing when we got in last year. We sold a bunch of stuff real low, and this year we got just stuff we don't even want to do, but we're going to do it. Same reason, because we're not going to screw anybody up. Get them all to do October though. So we're kind of, it's kind of borrowed time because November is when we're all making our money. But I was about to ask you, just because I'm curious. I couldn't remember when it really picked up last year. Do you remember when you really just started closing deals left and right? I still feel like here it's like 90+ degrees. People aren't thinking about it. I'm closing like 2 out of 6, something like that right now. But I feel like that number is going to increase real quick, like maybe October 15th, October 20th.
We're closing a high rate right now because the only people I think that are calling are people that are mega interested that know what the hell we do. So right now, like our close percent super high right now. But I mean, there's just not that many bids coming, so it's not like we're
not that many calls.
Yeah, it's not like super crazy.
I love those. We can call them Santa's helpers or something, but they're the people that are calling in July trying to get Christmas lights done.
I know my Facebook page had unread messages. Like these people just probably think we're flakes, but it's like I've got bids that they want in July and August. Like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, here's my info. I'm like, oh my God, dude, I haven't even logged into that, system in 6 months, let alone can I send you an invoice right now? Like, chill. We got 20 water slides going out tomorrow.
100%. But man, I had a sign that got left up all year long, and I didn't find it. I didn't take it down, and we closed. They started at $7,800. They ended up at $8,500. But we closed that like last week of July, and we installed it this weekend. Man, October 1st weekend install, $8,500 job. That's the way to start a season.
Yes, dude, that's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah, we'll start getting busier obviously in November. I feel like my Facebook my Facebook ad, I mean, it has almost 300 clicks, I think. I pulled it up the other day when I was on the phone with one of the guys that subscribes to my Patreon. I was just helping him out, and yeah, it's got like 285 clicks or something. Like, it's October 5th. Like, and I put it up in August, very end of August, but I think all those clicks I'm paying for now, right, that we're not closing on a ton. It's like we're already in their head, we're already in their brain, right? And then my business name, Let's Get Lit, super freaking memorable. So I think, November will be crazy. And then right before Thanksgiving is where it just gets bonkers, where it's like auto text goes out, $800 minimums. Like, I don't even want to freaking talk to you. Yeah, I had people last year. I remember there was one lady last year. She's like, it's really only 50 feet. Like, you're really going to charge me $800? I'm like, ma'am, it's not that I wasted too much time freaking texting her. I'm like, it's not that we want to charge you $800 for that. It's just that tomorrow's trucks have $3,000 and $4,000 homes they're going to do. Like, we're not going to divert attention. It's a opportunity loss. Like, we're not going to divert attention from that to come over and run, 13 bulbs on your front. It was like an Airbnb or something. And she was all up in arms. I'm like, ma'am, you can do it yourself. You can go talk to another company. Like, why are you so mad at me for running my business the way I'm running my business? Like, you run your business a certain way, like, go away. Like, it was this whole thing. Like, yeah, she was like harassing my admin. And then I was like, leave it alone. I don't need to pay you to deal with that. Like, let me do it. You can blame inflation went up, so prices go up. Yeah, I mean, you could, but it's like, I told him I'd do it. I'm gonna go do it. It's just how I am. It's stupid. It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift and a curse, right? That level of whatever you want to call that, integrity or whatever. It's a gift and a curse, man. It's a positive, but I get my wife has it too. She never raises her prices at her freaking hair salon, and she should have raised her prices 10 times over the last 5 years, and still hasn't even once. She's worth way more money. But like,
Nick, how many years did you tell them?
So historically I've done 3 because they're under warranty for 3, like through the manufacturer, even though that's all kind of BS.
Right.
But basically the contract said, or the service agreement says, for 3 years, this is kind of where I screwed up too. We warranty them for 3 years. So the price is this for 3 years. And it should have been, we warranty them for 3 years. Here's the price, you know what I mean? And I like to have the reinstall cost in there next year, just so it's organized, everybody knows. But it says the reinstall cost across the entire warranty. Like, the wording of the service agreement just sucked. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just told them, this is this year, this is next year. I didn't say anything about future years. So I am taking care of it this year, but next year I plan on doing like 10-15% increase. Just call it like, look, over the last 2 years, labor has increased. I'm paying more. I got to do this. I think we'll still close them all. And if we don't, the ones that we weed out are probably going to be these $300-$400 jobs that just, we didn't really want anyway.
And like, let's truth be told, a lot of those houses that I got myself into that are not going to be super profitable are homes where they're the only house in the entire neighborhood that's professional Christmas lights, because they randomly got a hold of me in October and I dropped my price so low that that's a level they were comfortable with. You know what I mean? Go to the end of the season last year, like there's two main neighborhoods around here. One's called the Sanctuary, like the coach of the Saints used to live in there. Some Saints players live in there. And then the other one's called Chafunkta Country Club. Go to the end of the year, I was shocked. We didn't leave those neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And those are $1, $2, $3 million homes in there. Whereas at the beginning of the season last year, we were like in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, so it was a very good wake up call going into. So that was last year was my first Christmas, but my second season because I'd already done it for Mardi Gras. And so, like, just don't do what I did. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You got to save room. Tell me if you've seen this. You got to save room for the fact that when you're putting up those nice houses in November, that all the neighbors are going to come out and want cards, and you need to be able to install the next 2 or 3 days in those neighborhoods. Just keep going.
Yeah, and
Did you see that be true?
Yeah. So I mean, we were so booked last year. It was like I'd have a mega successful lawyer walk up to me walking his dog and be like, "You're doing their house? That's pretty legend, bro. Like, can you do mine?" And it was like, I couldn't get to it till December 12th we can. And it was a major missed opportunity, but I just had no idea the scale that we could do. I just didn't know. So kind of on that same topic, these are just business cards, but I just made some of these. They'll be in I think early next week. So this is an idea from Fred. So what Fred does is he makes a business card magnet. Okay. He makes a whole bunch of them. So then every time, and then he puts a stack on every truck. And then every time they go and do a house, they go around the mailboxes with the magnets, the 5 houses around it, so the 2 next door neighbors and the 3 across the street, and put the logo, boom, right on the mailbox. And so I wish I could hopefully I can pull up the one I made. Let me see if I can. But I think I put the QR code on that one. Oh, so we're gonna do that this year because we love that kind of stuff. At the jump off, we're all about the guerrilla marketing, man. I love it. Like, I love me some Facebook ads and some Google ads, but dude, the guerrilla marketing is like where I thrive. And so I think this one right here. Yep. Okay, let me share my screen. I'll show you guys this. But I thought that was freaking brilliant because you're in the neighborhood already anyway. They're gonna ask you anyway. It's loading kind of slow because I'm streaming, I think. So there you go. I played with this for way too long and ended up at this super simple one, which is almost always how my designs come out. But we just let your neighbor's house scan this to get a free estimate. So you scan that QR code. It'll go straight to our landing page for like the funnel, right? For lead gen, where they fill out the little form. And now as I'm saying all this, I didn't even test it. But and then we're gonna go put these. How my phone won't do it. And we're gonna go put these on everybody's mailbox around where we lit a house. And so that way, I think in early November, this will be a huge driver of traffic to the website. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is going slow. There we go. Yeah, so then it takes it straight to the page. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's going to be a good one, I think. And then of course we made a bunch of yard signs too. Yeah, you're going on your bike? Yep. My wife's still gallivanting around Africa, riding elephants and playing with zebras. So my kids are still here. Yeah, so here's the so my kids are here just with me. And then here is I went super simple on it this year. Last year I tried to get fancy and just you can't even read my signs from last year. They're such wasted money. but I liked this word right here, professional. I always struggled with, right? Because a lot of them just say Christmas light installation, but then the phone rings with just people thinking it's $200 for you to show up and hang their icicle lights. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I wanted to put a word in there. I tried custom, but professional was the word I liked. Professional Christmas light installation. I really, 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 really love the name of my business and like to have it big and prominent, but it made the sign too busy. So just get a little bit of it down there. But those will go, I think I bought 100 of those. No, probably not 100, probably 40 of them. And so we're just going to go spam the area, basically go spam the areas where we want to be, those big, nice neighborhoods.
Man, I did the exact same thing. Well, whatever, last year, I got a logo I like, and I thought, man, that's cool. And built this sign. It looked fantastic on the computer. I got it. Nobody could freaking read it. I'd ordered 100 signs. I was like, screw it. They're sitting in a box over here. Ordered 100 more signs, like real basic like that, where you could read it while you're driving. So 100% say, like, don't get crazy fancy. Just get those words big and the phone number big, and make sure they know it's Christmas. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my terrible one from last year.
I'll go find my terrible one. Hold on.
Here it is. Here it is. It probably is not that bad on a computer, but it's so awful on the sign. David, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. I've been holding a crying baby, been waiting for my turn here.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I got a couple of questions. First off, I have people ask me about the Christmas lights. Like, I don't really know. I'm still new at it, but are they purchasing the lights? Because it sounds like they're trying to get to pay for it this year and then potentially keep them because it's an easy house and they hang it themselves. Like, how do you said something about your paperwork or whatever. I know a couple meetings ago you were going to put out like a template top style thing for the business side of the lights that had like a couple, like your waiver or whatever and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've got that. Okay. Let me see. I'll pull that. But yeah.
How do you explain to them? Like, are they renting them? Are they buying them? Are they like,
yeah. So basically what I tell them is they lease them or rent them. Right. And I communicate with my clients like the same way I communicate with you guys. Like, I'm very straightforward, but I tell them, yeah, it's a lease, it's a rental, like however you want to word it, that's fine. But then basically what I tell them is you're paying for the service, meaning you're not buying anything. You're paying for me to come and put Christmas lights on your house. And then kind of, what I had said last year, and I caution you on this, but what I said last year is, look, once we come and put them on your house, they are custom fit to your house. So we charge you less to come put them back on your house. So next year you'll get a little bit of a price break. So funny story, I drove by a house I did last year that was huge and awesome and super cool. And has a big for lease sign in front of it. I'm like, what the hell? So I text Chad and Amanda. I was like, yo, did you guys move? Like, I saw a for lease sign. Like, what's up? Where's the new house? Like, I need the address so I can see the house so we can get working on the plan for the Christmas lights. They text me back, oh no, we moved to Hawaii. I'm like, oh, cool. And so then Chad said, so like hypothetically, like, are those our lights? Like, once we start shipping our stuff from Louisiana out to Hawaii, like I can just ship the lights out here and they're mine? I said, no, they're not. Like, they kind of go with me. I didn't say they're mine, but I said, it's a package deal with me. So if you want to fly me out to Hawaii, I will come and decorate your house. But no, they're my lights, And he was like, okay, cool, I get it. I was just curious. I'm like, yeah. But basically what you're going to tell him is no. Like, and here's why. This year you're going to make, $6-7 a foot, depending on your market, 8, 9, 10, whatever. And then you're going to store them all year, which yes, does cost you money, right? But you're going to have enough clients and you got enough space because you got inflatables to where it's not it's not that expensive. Then next year, 2 things. Number 1, you have their lights, right? So you're in control, like you're holding the lights hostage. So you have to go put them back on. Like there's no, we're going to hire the lawn care guy to do it for $50 thing. The second thing is, if you don't house the lights, not that this is likely, but they drop them out of the attic and bust them all, right? I'm always like, look, I warranty them for 3 years. They got to be in my possession for 3 years, because if you run them over with the car and I show up and they're all jacked up, you're like, yeah, I got no idea what happened. Your guys must have ruined them when they took them down. Right. That's mega hypothetical, but it's a good, it's almost a good defense just to be able to tell them kind of how the service works. Like, no. This is the service. We come and put them, we take them down there. We retain them. Next year we come put them back up.
You also don't want to show up and be waiting 45 minutes for them to like attempt to pull it down out of the attic after you've been banging on their door for 25 minutes because they were still asleep, all that nonsense.
Right.
So
Truth. Been there, done that. Truth.
See, here's the sign. There's the first sign, which looked really cool. Christmas Light Pros, whole deal on there. Nobody could freaking read it, but it looked amazing. So I was like, I'll stick them in people's yards. Just went simple.
Yeah, that looks good.
Simple's the way to go. The first one looks freaking awesome on a computer, but just not on the side of the road, especially at night. You couldn't read it. Nothing.
Right. Yeah, that's why I went white on my other one. This one's black. My other one, I'm like, no, I'm doing white.
Hey, where do you get yours?
Vista print.
Okay. I did mine signs on the cheap. Ended up being like $4 a piece, approximately.
Oh,
maybe $5.50 for two-sided.
No way.
Yeah, signs on the cheap. Do it. Look into it.
What?
Signs on the cheap. What up? Okay.
Signsonthecheap.com.
Because I just dropped I don't know. I think I just dropped $400 or $500 at Vistaprint. I bought other stuff too. Yeah, we did 300 signs this year for a little under $1,200. We got 100 two-sided and 200 one-sided, and then the stands for 100. So not bad at all. Yeah, that's legit. I've always bought my stands off of Amazon. Best price I got was off Amazon.
I think they ended up being like 89 cents. Now they're the thin ones that are hard to get in the ground, but
do they have the TV on behind them or something? Yeah, the metal ones suck. Those things in the ground. I'll
get away from the noise. I was gonna ask you one more question, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
What about the I put in a message here. What about I had some dude question about my low voltage license. Like, what is that even something that's important?
I did see that in the chat. No, that's the first I've ever heard of that. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even reply to it. I just kind of looked past it. But
I mean, if it's me, I would just reply back like,
I just tell them, man.
Yeah, no, I don't have that.
We have our Christmas light installer's license or something. Just hit them with something stupid.
Now I do. Nick, I carry general liability insurance specifically for the Christmas lights, separate from all the inflatable stuff, because I don't want to mix anything. I started a different LLC, whole deal, and I carry separate insurance. So I just tell them we're fully insured. We carry full general liability that will cover that. We also got workman's comp, so you're covered. That usually shuts them up, and we move on.
Yeah, same.
I need to set up a separate one, but I haven't even got around to that. Honestly, it's been so busy, but
yeah, I mean, my first season, and this was like me show up with a ladder and hang the icicle lights or whatever. I didn't have anything. It was like a Facebook marketplace post, and that was it.
Screw icicle lights, dude.
Forget I know that. It's so funny. I get asked about them right every year, at least a couple times. And so I said this year, I'm like, I'll hang icicle lights. Like, comes with no warranty. You got to go buy them. I'll tell you the footage, but you got to go buy them. If they go out, I'm not coming back. Like, service calls are paid for, and you're paying $8 a foot. Like, I'm gonna make out like a bandit, right? If you go hang them, they're easy to hang because it's like one clip, like 4 feet later, another clip, 4 feet later, another clip. So it's like, as long as I don't have to service them when they go out, which they will, like, yeah, we'll show up for $8 a foot and hang your freaking icicles. Why not?
Do you think the RGB bulbs are like the future of Christmas lights, the way they're trying to get them to where you can use one bulb for any color? Because we just ordered 200 bulbs to do a display house on my partner's house. I think it's going to look crazy good with the remote and everything, but they've been talking like that's kind of the future of Christmas lights, how you could just change the colors and
Yeah.
you can't individually do it, but you can do like a rainbow. You can do it one solid color or something like that. But
yeah,
the
Fred had
colors
them.
yet.
Yeah, Fred had them at the Christmas light training, and he kind of broke them out. The colors are kind of wonky. Like the white looks bluish, and they kind of like flutter. They're not the same thing as.
Okay.
But to answer your question, though, yes. I mean, I think that technology, somebody's going to run with it and figure it out and get an app to where you can, just click it and those bulbs will, like, it already exists. If you do permanent Christmas lighting, it already exists, and you can change the patterns and do whatever you want on it. That's one continuous, not individual bulbs. But once you screw the bulb in, right, the controller, I think it is, to answer your question, I think it is. And it'll
I
be.
think it's a couple years out. It's not that much more expensive now. That was, I think, the big deal in the past is that you were going to have to mark it up so much. But with the controllers and everything coming down, it's reasonable. I think we're a couple years from that.
It was 200 bulbs you can only do 100 bulbs per setup, like with controller and transmitter or whatever. I think it was like $450 for 100 bulbs. No, so 200 bulbs, excuse me. And each set of 100 has its own remote and transmitter, like whatever thing that plugs in. But it's just, you use the same line that you use for like C9s.
So you could do like the way you'd want to do it if you wanted, like, so I could maybe make it work with Mardi Gras if I did like 24-inch or 36-inch spacing. And then I'd have to run the lines over each other. Like, right?
Yeah.
You're getting too expensive and too complicated. Just go unscrew the bulbs. Yeah. But the other thing too, though, like, the socket wire is actually, like, I have a veterinary clinic that's had theirs since Mardi Gras 2021, right? So over a year and a half it's been up on a metal roof. I mean, and the line looks brand new, like it's Minleon line, and it just looks, you can't even tell. The whites, like if you leave whites in there super long, they kind of start to yellow a little bit. And then it's a metal roof, so the magnet clips are just toast. They dry rot and are just falling apart. But like the socket line is fine. So if you're gonna get those bulbs, the idea would probably be to leave them up all year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the equipment needs to catch up to where it can last that amount of time.
So what, Mardi Gras?
They make a 500. They make a larger transmitter.
Oh, really? Yeah, the ones that I ordered off of that site, they said 100 bulbs maximum. But what, like, say you're going to do, well, no, you couldn't do that. I was going to say maybe Mardi Gras and Christmas, but you couldn't do Halloween and Christmas. What if you mix the bulbs, like you put the RGB on one, you alternate with like a different color where you leave like a standard color, and then when you swap seasons, you could do, but I don't think you could do that either.
Green, right? You do
green, you could just leave green.
And
you could change the color from red to, what's Mardi Gras, purple?
Purple, green, and gold. Purple, green, and yellow, yeah. I've talked to multiple, like I pester Fred all the time. And then I've talked to other distributors that are like, they make shit in China trying to get Mardi Gras colored anything. And they always throw at me some like, oh, but we got this. I'm like, bro, I know you're not from here, so you don't get it, but like, it's got to be purple, green, and gold. Like if it's not those three colors, it doesn't make sense. And I literally just can't get anything. Like, so we're just going to keep swapping bulbs. Last year I spent too much money on purple, green, and gold, individual strands of purple, individual strands of green and gold, minis. Literally used none. It's just a waste of money because people want one strand where the bulb goes purple, green, gold, purple, green, gold.
Yeah.
I'll make it. I'll just make it myself.
There you go.
Let's see. Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I will actually be in Dallas next week at Big and Bright Inflatables doing their raffle. It is going to be super fun. The raffle. Explain the raffle because I understand it, but don't want to jack it up.
Hey, I'll even throw the slide on here in a second.
There you go.
I'll do that in a minute, but not until I'll mute myself. You don't have to hear the blower indoors. Okay. So what we're doing is 76 spots, $50 a piece. We're raffling away this slide I'll show you. It's a 16-foot dual lane, red, blue, green slide. It's fantastic. Kind of a tropical slide there. It's got all the upgrades that we do to it. Comes with blower stakes, we're going to throw in some straps, some of the rolling straps for Nick here. But this is what we're doing. I'm going to have a live roulette dealer here with a full roulette table. He's going to be dressed kind of nice. We're going to do it Facebook Live. And so we're doing 2 roulette boards, double zeros, 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 36. You pick either the red board or the black board. You pick your number, you go on the raffle board. What we're going to do is we're going to go live, talk about the slide a little bit. We're going to spin the wheel one time. If it lands on red, then the red board's live. If it lands on black, then the black board's live. Then we'll spin it again, and whoever wins it. It's the slide. It's free shipping wherever we're going to get it to you. Stakes, blower, straps, tethers. We're also going to use Nick's tethers. So we're going to have, and then a pair of rolling straps, repair kit, 1-year warranty, whole deal, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, dude. I'm excited to be there to witness it and whatever you have me doing, announcing it or whatever I'm doing.
I don't know. We're going to figure it out, man. Just like tonight, we're going to figure it out.
Love it. That's totally my style. It's $50, you said? $50.
Yeah, it's $50. So it's easy way to get in there. Trying to get our name out there a little bit. I'll mute myself. I'll blow it up, and then you guys can see it. Whoever can see the camera.
Nick, you're the guy spinning the wheel dressed up nice.
Yeah, you're going to be the dealer. You didn't know?
Hey, I don't know how good of a dealer I'll be, but I'm in for anything. We should even I'll even roll it on film, so that way whoever wins can have a slide rolled by me. Trying to find the post. There we go.
That's not a bad idea. I was going to send a brand new one out to him, but we could make you roll it and try to get it back in the bag. We'll see how that goes.
Yes, dude.
We could do it. You could do it with the straps.
Inflatable, or what do we call that? Factory bag challenge.
That's right.
I wonder if I can. I'm trying to see if I can get the link to the Facebook post. I don't know if I can though. I'm not very good at Facebook. Oh, there we go. That should do it. Let me see if I can drop this in. Oh, I don't know what that's going to look like, fellas. What do you got there? Did it go? Oh, yeah. Somebody hit that Facebook link and see if it works. I just put it in the Zoom. I'm about to put it in the Facebook group too, or the Facebook Live. Boom. That should auto-generate a thingy, right? Oh, it's ugly. I'm just going to click it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that works. So I put the link in there if you guys want to enter. $50. $50 for a brand new slide, dude. That's pretty good. Oh, and it's coming up right now.
That includes shipping if we win it.
Yeah, so $50. It's yours to your front door.
Not quite to your front door. It's going to be a depot pickup, but it'll be real close.
Oh, okay. Bring a trailer and you'll be good.
It'll be close. I'm muted. It's loud. I can tell it's loud.
It's a cool slide though, with the red. I do like the slide.
That thing looks heavy.
It's only 16er, but the dual lane, bro. You know,
Yeah, dual lane. Don't
underestimate
play around.
I gotta look it up. I think it's like 480, 500. I'll look it up real fast.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could find it. I don't know if do you put them
That's
on your
small.
side napkin?
That's a lot slide.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's on their website. Yeah, I'm excited to go. Like they're flying me out, so we're gonna have a good time, man. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm pissed. I forgot my ginger ale. It's in the other room, so I need to get my 8-year-old back in here to deliver, dude. Boom. Okay. Let's see. here we go. Watch the slides. See if we can find it. I don't know what he's got on here. See if we can find it. There's a 16-foot dual lane. Oh, there it is. The palm trees, like low-key, remind me of Mario bricks. 400. That's nothing. 400.
Nah.
That's solos. That's solo stuff right there.
Yeah,
The weight's not the issue. It's the wave.
600.
It's what?
It's not the weight that's the issue. It's the wave.
Oh, this.
Yeah. My guys will
Yeah,
test me over that.
I don't have. Oh no, I do have one. No. I don't have any slides with the wave. My tent table doesn't have that. But one of the guys that works for me, Isaiah, he's works for another inflatable company too, and they have a 22-foot, I think, dual lane from HEC. That's just like my 22-foot dual lane from HEC, like tropically one, but it has the wave. And he said the wave like destroys him. He hates it so bad.
Awful.
Nick, man, I don't care if it's this slide. If one of you guys win and don't want a wave slide, I'll get you something else as long as it's reasonably the same price. So I got a bunch of stuff that's got waves. A lot of people like the wave. A lot of people don't. I'm not picky.
Yeah, I've never had one, so I don't even know. I just know that Isaiah hates that one that Dave has.
I think it's a great slide though, even if it has the wave. It looks awesome.
If you don't want that one, we'll get you one of these.
Yes.
We'll figure it out, okay? So, and then next spring we're gonna have about 230 slides in here by March. So we'll have all sorts of stuff, whatever you want. But huge pool. It's inflated, so you can use it wet, dry. It's got the padding down there. Goes to the ground though, 14 inches. Soaker sleeve for the water just over the slides. Also got Velcro if you have another system you like. Velcro on the outside. High quality YKK zippers.
You said it has padding. You have padding under the pool, like built in?
It's an air pool.
Oh, okay.
If you've never seen an air pool,
Like a splash pad.
helps a ton get the water out because it reinflates as you start. You stand on one side, the water starts. I'm gonna trip over here and fall, Nick. Stand on one side, it'll start reinflating and pushing the water out for you. Helps a lot. Also, the kids can slide on it all day long. Protects the liner, protects the bottom of the pool. We got a water releases underneath. It's a nice slide, man. It's quality, and it's gonna have your the one we give away is gonna have your tethers on it. We'll take mine off, put yours on. It'll be nice.
Yes, I'm very excited.
But if you don't, like I said, if you win and you don't want this, man, I'm gonna make whoever wins happy. You know what I mean? We'll make it work.
If they win that and complain, I'm gonna deliver it in person and smack them.
Good deal. Nick, thanks for doing that, man. I appreciate it. And I saw at least one message already.
Do the puppies
You
need
bet.
water?
Yeah, you can water.
Because Eve just got out somehow and is drinking Cowie's water.
That's weird, but it's fine.
What do I put it in?
There's a little bowl. Like the little bowl they have.
But I use it for food.
That's okay. You water food. Hey, will you do me a favor?
What?
You bring me one of the small Sprites over there that's over by the mirror.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude. We got puppies, and they apparently one of them escaped the little thing that it lives in, that they live in. Yeah. Anyway, so cool. You guys go buy a ticket to that
This
thing.
little shit right here gets out of everything.
Dude, you got the so the vet. So the little boy that we have is not that distinct. He's kind of almost gray and white, but she said that's called party pattern. I don't remember. And she said, yeah, it's rare. I'm like, yeah, it needs to be rare. The freaking I had to pay
Yeah, shit. ton of
$800
money.
for emergency doggy C-section. It better be freaking.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, she's getting fixed when she can. Hey,
Yes, do that. Cannot stress that enough. Do that.
Hey, Nick, I forgot one more thing. You mind if I take 30 more seconds?
Go ahead.
Hey, this is actually probably the most important part to me. And Nick knows about this, man. I'm super passionate about this charity called Charity Water. What they do, 100% of anything donated to Charity Water goes to funding water projects in countries like, continents like Africa, South America, places where, 50% of illnesses are just due to poor water. People are dying, kids are dying, all this sort of stuff. So 3% of everything that we sell at Big and Bright Inflatables goes to Charity Water. We guaranteed like 30 grand next year. So we got to come up to do it. And we're running a campaign called Quality Water Slides for Quality Water Supply. That's what we're doing. So in addition to giving away the slide, we're going to make a $200 donation in whoever's name that wins. So the slide, the straps, the whole deal, the shipping, and then a $200 donation to Charity Water. So that part's maybe the coolest part to me.
Yeah, Charity Water. So for those of you guys that don't know, they're the first ever like major charity where 100% of what you donate goes to the cause. And the way they do that is the founder went through to Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and a bunch of guys like that and got them on the board. And so the money that Mark Zuckerberg donates goes to running the company, like running the nonprofit. So all the office stuff, right? So normally you donate to a charity and they say, and the proceeds go to X. That's because they pay for the nonprofit out of your money, and then the rest gets donated. And so I've never trusted nonprofit. Like I notoriously don't donate money to anything because I'm like, no, I'm just padding somebody's pocket somewhere. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like if I want to donate money, like I'll figure out a way to. Well, Charity Water has bypassed that to where 100% of every donation goes to the cause of getting somebody clean water. So it's super incredible. And then Quality Water Slides for Quality Water Supply is a catchy little, I don't know if you came up with that yourself there, Matthew, but that's pretty catchy.
I did, man. Couple days of brainstorming. We had, I don't know. After I listened to the book and then watched some videos and got all passionate about it, it was like, I was like, dude, there's something here. Water slides, water supply. I don't know what it is. Then and then like you with the word professional, I was like, we got to throw quality in there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, just came. I'm from Texas, man. Big and Bright's from, seventh inning stretch. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. I can't sing. Sorry about that.
Justin's getting hyped.
Yeah, I'm from Dallas, the Triple D.
Me too, dude. I'm down here in Midlothian right now. Where you at?
Do you know Rockwall area?
Absolutely, man.
Yep, Rockwall Heath, right here.
Yeah, I got some people over there that have bought from me before. Kind of
Was
that
it A&M?
What's their names? Forney, there's a Joseph. There's which is like 365, and then there's Slides Galore and More over there. They're close to you. And there's a couple others. They're not jumping right to my head right now.
Yeah, being live, dude. People put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, I'll have to be next.
Come on, man. Yeah, Charity Water. Hey, let me find my link. Figure out how to put it on here, because in case you guys get all excited and want to donate through my link. That'll be cool for the water slide community to kind of show their support.
You have it on your web. I have your website up. Is it on there?
No, not yet. Well, is it? No, I don't think so. That's a good, man. I need to get that happening. I'll try to take care of that before you're here. Hey, if I text it to you, you won't be able to do it, huh? I'll just type it in like old school.
No, I got a Mac, so everything's all integrated. So if you text it to me, I can put it on super fast.
One thing I miss about switching to the Samsung for the business is it all used to be just so easy.
Yeah, like so I just got the iPhone 14 Pro. I finally got the new freaking phone. Like it's the first time I've ever had the right phone for the times. And dude, I have to tell you, it's an incredible machine. I'm like,
yeah, it's way different from any other iPhone.
Yeah, I'm coming from a 10, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
big
drop
upgrade.
in. Oh, hold on, it's duplicated. I don't know why Zoom does that. Let me fix that real
I went
fast.
in and went ahead and dropped in our in stock stuff too. Even if you don't enter the raffle, don't win. We're doing 15% off of everything and reduced shipping all over the place. So now the 15% is not off on the website. I use ERS I was doing it with the rentals and the Christmas lights, and I use it for this, and it's probably not the best software, but I can't figure out a way to get the 15% on there accurately. So apologize about that, but you can do the math, or you can call me and I can do the math. And then for Rockwall, man, you just got to come over, man. It'll be easy.
Yeah, just bring my trailer and just take off.
Load up.
I've seen this lava fall one out.
Yeah, there's some in the area for sure. I put up the way I did the building here. We got a big demo area with AstroTurf to show stuff off. Can't fully see it there, but take pictures, teach slide rolling classes for new guys.
So is the 16 foot at the top of the slide or at the top of the wave?
Top of the wave, of course.
Top of the wave.
Back in the day, it used to be different, but now,
Yeah,
Did it?
yeah. And then somebody's gonna win that in the raffle, 16-foot dual lane water slide, and then they're gonna put on their website as a 17-foot, because that's how it goes.
Everybody
I'll
adds
make it a 22
No.
foot.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I've been real particular when I've been designing them and building them. A lot of people they end up being like 4, 5, 6 inches short. And I'm like, no, screw that. If I say it's 16, it better be freaking 16. So
I respect that.
we change all the drawings and whatnot. So
Yeah, I respect that, because there's a new competitor that just relocated or expanded or whatever into my area, and they've got the exact same slide of me that's a 21 foot. I'm like, I know they don't make that in 21 foot. It's a 19-foot slide. Yeah, 21 foot. I had somebody call me the other day. Well, they have a 21 footer titanium. I'm like, damn, there's no such thing as a 21 footer. Like, right? Like, I can't say anything to make you believe me, but like, they're lying and I'm not. Trust me.
did you see that post where somebody was trying to sell something as like a 30-foot slide, and it was clearly like 18 foot, and it was probably 18 by 30 foot long, you know?
Oh, I didn't see it.
And they were like, no, man, I bought it from somebody. They told me it was 30 feet. Like, it's not 30 feet.
At Disney World.
At Disney World it is?
Yeah, it's flooding.
Oh my gosh, are they okay? My little girl said it's flooding at Disney World. Here, you want to wave hi to everybody? Here, let me turn it. So she's 4, but she thinks she's like 15 or 16. You can't see her outfit. Wave to him. Here, move your hand.
Well,
Why are you being shy? You love to be on camera.
Your wife's out of town, so if you did her hair, I'm impressed.
No, so we go to the bus stop. So my little boy goes to the bus stop at 7, and she comes with. And so then we bring a brush. So I brush her hair out, like, so it's not knotted. And then we bring a brush and barrettes or whatever, or what are those called? A little thing called hair ties. And then our neighbor does her hair at the bus stop, because then she gets on the bus at 8. So
Nice.
yeah, I was like, no, I got to outsource this, because it's going to be a mess. For my wife's been gone for, I think, 11, 12 days, something like that. She's gone for 17 total. So. All right, let's check and see if we got any questions from anybody. Oh, I got to get the Facebook back up. It kind of closed out on me. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, there we go. And then let me check in here. I just want to make sure it's going to, I'm going to need to mute it. There we go. Okay, let's check in here. What's going on? People are about the charity water. That's cool. We got Christmas light stuff. Sign stuff. I can't believe how low you paid for your signs. That's crazy. I think that was David. You already asked that question. Yes, I don't know if we got any questions in the chat. You guys, if you guys have questions, put them in there.
You want us to ask the questions on the microphone or just type them in?
Yeah, ask away, man. Whatever you're comfortable with is totally cool.
I got no problem talking. I just don't want to steal the microphone. So I'm James. I'm located in Central Florida, and I saw your viral TikTok about rolling up the extension cord months ago whenever it was first put up. And that was the idea to get bounce houses anyway. And then searching YouTube and everything, I was like, I'm going to find bounce houses. And then I followed you on TikTok. I messaged you today on Instagram. I'm the guy who owns the pizza shop. I'm literally locking up my pizza shop right now. And I bought my first bounce house. My fiance and I, we got our first bounce house 2 days ago. And it's
Congrats,
just like, man. Thank you. It's a 13 by 13, just it's like 6 months old lady who had 10 grandkids, and then just moved out like a month after she bought the thing, and the grandkids never even got to use it, and it was sitting in her storage unit, and I went and blew it up, an adapter, with an adapter for my car. Got it for $500, and I want to dive into this thing head first. I'm a mortgage broker by day, and the mortgage rates have just gone through the roof. And I want to get some water slides and some combos and stuff like that. But I got my LLC, waiting on the EIN. And my question is kind of about insurance, related to, like you told me in Instagram, once you get the slide, just start renting it out. And it's like, do I get these people to sign a waiver? Do I get the, if I don't want to rent it to one of my friends and then their kid breaks their neck or something like that. What is, first month in, just got one bounce house, just got the LLC. What the hell do I do until it starts scaling to where it makes sense for me to get liability insurance and, have multiple slides? Because this is a healthy market around here. I probably got 8 independent companies, and I think 2 of them are really full-time. And the other 6 are just side hustles. I know one guy here in town, he sells RVs at an RV dealership because he's not doing shit with his bounce house business. Because he markets.
Always have insurance.
Always have.
Wink, wink. Yeah. So it's one of those questions that's just awkward to answer. I've answered it a million times, a million ways. And so every time I answer it, the more and more I want to default to the truth. So I'm going to spit the truth because that's what I believe in.
Please.
It's up to you. You can go run it without insurance. Is it a risk? Yes. Is it a huge risk? Kind of depends on how you define risk. So if a kid gets hurt enough to where a parent could sue you and, potentially win, then you're going to come out of pocket a whole bunch of money, right? And so if you're an LLC, that obviously protects James, the LLC's in trouble because the payout's going to be big. So the good advice is don't rent it out till you're insured. That being said, the number of lawsuits to rentals, right? That ratio, very, 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 very skewed, right? A lawsuit is very few and far between. It's like a car accident. If it wasn't unlawful, I could have never had car insurance my entire life and been fine because I've never been in a car accident. You know what I mean? I'm 37. Okay. So that being said, from there, it's kind of healthy to talk through kind of what happens, what does or doesn't happen. So if you get sued, you're talking, if you go watch my insurance video with Alex Cosio, he literally cites specific lawsuits that pay out and what the lawsuit was for. You know what I mean? It's $100 and something thousand lawsuit with a $10,000 payout after it's litigated by the insurance. So I think we lost him. Wait till he's coming back in. Are you back in, James?
Yeah, that was stupid. I just got in my car, and the second I got in my car, it fucking disconnected.
Yeah, you're fine. I noticed you jumped back in. So, but anyway, if you go watch that insurance video on my YouTube channel with Alex Cosio, he cites specific lawsuits, hundreds of thousands of dollars lawsuits settled for $10,000, and right, paid for by the insurance. That being said, I mean, I don't know how some people somehow know how many rentals they've done. I don't know how they know that. I don't know how many I've done, but I can tell you I've done roughly probably $550,000 to $600,000 in revenue since the jump off started, and hope he did it again. Hold on, he's coming back.
So I'm just going to join without video, but I'm sitting here, I'm listening.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I mean, I've done $600,000 in revenue since the jump off started, and never even had anybody complain, let alone, right? So it's kind of one of those things. It's a freak thing where a kid has to be hurt and the parents have to be dickheads to where they're going to sue the inflatable owner like it's somehow your fault. I mean, I ran uninsured up until, I want to say 16 units, maybe 18, but definitely at least up until 16, out of ignorance. I just didn't know. There was no me, right, to tell people anything to do. I did not know I needed it. I didn't know it was something that was necessary. I did know I couldn't get school and church and daycare rentals without it, right? But when they would call, I would just literally tell them, man, I'm so sorry. I'm actually not insured, so I can't. Right, I was very honest about it, both out of personality and naivete, but and it was all good. So that being said, you're in Florida, so I would guess your first year premium is at least $2,500. It's probably a little bit north of that now, and then from there it just comes down to your personality. Yeah, whether you're cool, quote unquote, rolling the dice or not, and it just comes down to whether or not you think you're going to get sued.
Hey, I'm not going to go into great detail here, but if you are well off, insurance is more important than if you don't have a lot of assets in the bank. Let's leave it at that. If you've got something you need to insure, you want to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but I'm gonna say this too. If you're okay, so you're in Central Florida, so you've got slightly better weather than me, right? And we rent 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, year round in Florida.
Yeah. You'll be pretty year round, but you will slow down in the winter, right? You're not Miami. Miami can do water slides in December. Everybody else in Florida, you will slow down. But that being said, I mean, we're still sending into December last year, and by the way, I was so preoccupied with Christmas lights, I handed the keys to Jacob and let him run with it, and I was the only person that knew how to answer the phone or work inflatable office on the bounce house side, and I'm on roofs and ladders and everything, right? So and we were still doing $2,500 a weekend, with an inventory last year somewhere a little bit north of 20 units probably. So if you plan on scaling quickly, then the $2,500 a year is no biggie. Yeah, is no biggie if you plan on scaling quickly, because you'll be at capacity faster than you know. The peace of mind might be worth it.
Okay.
That being said, if I'm you in your shoes, my personality, I would not do it now. I would think about it at the beginning of next busy season, which is for you probably similar to me, April. And at that point,
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to get going, right, by that time, you'll have 2 water slides and 2 combos where you'll be making $500, $600, $700 a weekend. And that $2,500 is really a drop in the bucket for that peace of mind,
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad we're on the same page, because that's, if I have a 13 by 13 and I'm renting it out for $150, every other week or something like that, then it doesn't make sense for me to pay $250 a month for the liability insurance, because it's almost a wash at that point, minus my time and my gasoline, etc. So once I actually get the water slides and the combo units and business is consistent by next season, like you said, April, it's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you so much for your answer. You basically confirmed everything that I had kind of thought, but wasn't sure of, the whole wink situation. So yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I feel like I should probably like sit down in my office and make a YouTube video that's like the theme of it is, so you think you want to start a bounce house business or something, right? And number one needs to be, you start to, there was that viral TikTok of like a inflatable dance club or whatever on TikTok, right? And then there's some bullshit math that pops on the screen while a song plays. I cannot tell you how many people sent that video to me, and I'm like, dude, that math, typing it into a calculator is wrong. B, you don't run it that often, and C, that's not anything close to what your profit is because of the back end expenses are so heavy. So many people think I'll buy one, I can rent it out for 150 a weekend, and they do 150 times 52, right? And go, holy shit, I'm gonna be rich. I'm not even have to do anything. Yeah, and then they get one, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, right? And start doing all the math, and it's like, oh, a little bit of a wake up call.
Oh yeah. So like with this pizza thing, man, we're in the pizzas for about $3.50, $4, and we're using high quality ingredients, and we're charging $13 for a pizza. But I've got $19,000 worth of overhead a month at my restaurant. We've been open for 4 months. I haven't seen a fucking dollar yet.
Right.
Like I haven't paid myself a dollar yet, and I'm down here for 40 hours a week at least. So I'm like, okay. So with all that being said, I know it's something that can scale and it can be profitable, and it seems like a hell of a lot more fun and rewarding rather than mortgages or anything like that, because you guys that are in this industry that I watch constantly just look like you love what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny about it is, so kind of to tell a story, an old story. So the same exact time I randomly started my Christmas light business was December 2019. Like the day before, I literally think it was the day before. There's a guy around here. His name is Jesse. He owns a inflatable business. He's roughly 30 units, but side hustle, right? He's got a very good job, like at a plant or something. And he just likes to keep busy. So anyways, he shows up to my house to buy some bikes I found on the side of the road, right? Because I'd already quit my job. So I was selling shit I found on the side of the road and driving Uber and whatever. And I had 2 bounce houses. No, I had 3 bounce houses at this time. And so he sees one of them in the yard and 2 of them in the garage. He buys these bikes off me for like $14. And then he's like, I see you do inflatables. I start talking to him. He's like, man, my brother's going to kill me. I was like, you're about to tell me where you buy them in bulk used? He says, yeah. So I take out my little pocket notebook, right? And he says, Red Stick Entertainment in Prairieville. No shit. I have my first ever Christmas light consultation to price out Christmas lights in Prairieville the next day. I'm not even joking. So I go to this Christmas light consultation. I totally just wing it, way undercharged, but I get the job, and then drive 5 minutes and go knock on the door of Red Stick Entertainment. They have 2 full warehouses, right? They got trackless trains. They got mechanical bulls. They got everything. They're massive, 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 massive. He's got a bunch of stuff for sale, right? So to kind of fast forward or cut to the chase, I said, man, I can't. He says, how many units do you have? I said, 3, like, right? I'm like, nobody. He says, he looks me dead in the face. It's the COO, right? The CEO is never there. The owner's never there. The COO, his name was Tony. So shout out to Tony. He was a badass. But Tony says, he was so nice and taught me so much. But he says, looks me dead in the face, says, if you do a good job, the inflatable business will scale so fast, it will blow your mind, right? And me, like this wannabe entrepreneur that just quit my job, that's driving Uber to try and pay the bills and keep my wife off my back. I'm like, I fucking hope so, dude. Right. So I ended up buying 9 units off of him to take us up to 12. But what Tony said was exactly right, where when you do a good job, you scale quickly. And the reason is there's so many guys that buy them, pay, I don't want to stereotype here or have this comment come off negative. So please don't take it that way. But they buy a couple units 10 units, 2 units, whatever, pay some freaking high school kids to go drop them off. And the whole entire time it's about the money, not about the business side. So me being somebody who's like obsessed with business, like it is my obsession, it is my addiction. I can't not make stickers and magnets and tweak my contract and have a meeting with the guys, and right, I can't not do it. And so the jump off just takes off because everybody else is, I don't want to say they're asleep at the wheel, but they're really not trying because they started the business as something that would be passive where they wouldn't have to try. So if you get in and try, you will crush.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, but I mean, I think I do, and I love that you're on here because I do. As soon as you said pizzeria, I'm like, I know exactly who that is.
Well, and it's I don't want to be sentimental or anything like that, but like your story, dude. I've been on your website. I've read your blog. I've looked at like all of your Instagram posts to see when you started the bounce house thing and everything like that. Because I was in the car business for 12 years in sales and finance, and that was a job that was like so soul sucking. I just did it for the money, and I got burnt out, and I left, and I had a terrible experience buying my first house, even though I have great income and awesome credit and shit. My loan officer just dicked me around and delayed my closing over and over again, right? So I said, if this asshole can do this, and he's terrible at it, and he makes this much money, I'm going to leave my industry and go do what he does. And then now here we are a year later. I mean, it's crickets in that industry. So, I started the restaurant 6 months ago, and, because I've always loved cooking, and it's just kind of miserable down there. But the inflatable industry, like getting into that, right now, doing mortgages and working at the restaurant, it's to keep my fiance off my back. Just like, you know what I mean? Because I went from a hero to zero, you know what I mean? So I haven't started flipping furniture or selling stuff on eBay or anything like that yet. But yeah.
That hustle's real. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
That hustle's real. I was real close to selling the freaking bounce houses and starting the YouTube channel, picking up garbage on the side of the road, man. That shit's fun.
But yeah,
I mean, it's been said like, that like it's kind of an industry thing that like people say that the Christmas light installation business is recession proof because Christmas is so big and so holy that no matter what's going on in the economy, people are going to spend the money to feel Christmassy. And then it almost works backwards where the shittier everything is, the more they spend on Christmas. The bounce house business is similar in that. Now, it doesn't have the wow factor or the emotional factor that Christmas does. But when your kid's got a birthday, I mean, the other people that are inflatable owners on here that can attest to this, you show up to a trailer that has no business renting 3 units from you, and somehow they're paying you $900 to drop off 3 units because it's somebody's like first birthday, right? They don't have the money to do it, but because of the occasion, they do it anyway. Then the other thing is when the economy 100%. Tightens up, people stop going to Spain. People stop these crazy elaborate things. They stay home, right? And what do they need to do at home? Be entertained. So they got us, right? So the inflatable business really is also a recession-proof business where you may see a dip in a recession, but there's almost no circumstance that's reasonable that's going to shut you down. COVID was nuts how busy we were. Nuts. The opposite of everybody else. Yeah,
I told you I formed the LLC. I got my graphic designer. I use Canva and stuff, but for the actual logos, like for my bands, for my pizzeria, for my mortgage office, I have a guy who actually does the logos. So when he made my logo, I had him put a tagline at the bottom. I said, in quotation marks, this is the life of the party for any occasion. So like that's kind of what was going through my head, with the trailers and stuff like that, because I've got family and everything, and they're renting bounce houses, and it's like, you guys don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And somehow everybody's having a blast because they're doing backflips down this bounce house, down this water slide. And that was like seeing your video of the extension cord thing, and then seeing them play. I was like, I got to get into this business. This looks awesome.
That's so awesome. I'm so happy. I'll tell you this.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
I feel like I'm taking up everybody, all the airtime right now. So
no, you're good. You're good.
I'm what this is for.
Yeah, this is what this is for. So the story behind, I'll tell you the story behind the 6 million view extension cord video. So it was like Mardi Gras time this year, 2020, and it was kind of like, it slows down enough, right? So we've uninstalled all the Christmas lights. We do some Mardi Gras installs, but not many, right? We've done all the bulb swaps, right? And then the jump off really hasn't really taken off yet. So it's pretty small capacity. And so the YouTube channel was doing good. And my TikTok game blows at this time, right? And I know it does. I just can't figure out TikTok. I'm not funny. I just cannot get it. And so one of the guys that works for me, his name's Tyler. He's a power lifter. If you go watch his TikToks, they are nuts. I believe it's Keller, Keller, Keller Lifts, but he's 17 years old and pulls 700-pound deadlifts. It's nuts. But anyways, he knows social media pretty well, right? So he's a high school student that is a power lifter. So he's got time on his hands. He works for me, so he's only working on the weekends. And then he's got the goal of becoming, I guess, an influencer, like a fitness influencer or a powerlifting influencer, which if he stays on his track that he's on, he will achieve it. I know him well enough to know that. He's worked for me for a year and a half. But anyways, so I said, Tyler, today we're making TikToks, dude. I need your help. So we start doing something. I go, wait, stop. Wait, stop. Take my phone and film me. Right. So the whole day, the whole thing, we shot like 4 videos that day. If you go to my TikTok and look through, like I'm wearing the same outfit, the weather's the same in 4 different videos. And so I start winding up the cord. I get ready to wind up the cord. I go, wait, Tyler, come over here, and just hand him my phone. And then he shoots it. I said, all right, 3, 2, 1, go. And then I record the video. No rehearsal, no nothing. Post it. So it's like, let me think. It was like probably the Sunday before actual Mardi Gras. And so I post that when I get home. And it starts going crazy. So I'm sending the guys pictures of like, bro, it's at 500K. Oh my God, dude, it made $1 million. As we went to a Mardi Gras parade on Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. And it's just like, I'm like, holy shit, it's at 2 million. I open it up, I'm like, dude, it's at 3 million. It just keeps going bonkers. It's just crazy. On the back of that video, I went from like 1,000 or like 1,500 followers. I jumped up to like 13 or 14. I now have 17,000, but on the back of like almost that one video, it went all that way, right? So it's a video that's very near and dear to my heart, because it kind of it proved to me my theory of just shoot it and post it. It grew my TikTok to be big, which right, I don't really mind that much about. But I've never had anybody that cared about the video, right? Everybody hates on the video because they twist the cord or whatever. So to hear you say that you watched that video and it caused the avalanche to get into the industry that's super cool, man. That's super cool.
So and the reason that I knew it was you is because I saw it right when it started going viral. And, like just recently in the last like 3-4 weeks, as I was doing research, I stumbled across your page and I saw that the heart icon was already on the video. I was like, oh, fuck, I don't follow this guy, but I've liked this video. Oh, that's the guy from Instagram. That's the guy from YouTube who 11 tips, 11's his favorite number, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely like the paradigm shift moment. It's like that guy's out there, making money, being his own boss, rolling up extension cords and having the time of his life. And I'm sitting here fucking doing mortgages and throwing dough, making pizza. And I'm just like, Oh, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll tell you is the inflatable industry is interesting where it's very it's got two polar opposites. So you go jump into the Facebook groups, and I might fuck around and make my own Facebook group because I don't like the cynicism, but I haven't done it yet. I made the Discord instead. But there's the one polar opposite where like somebody posts, I just got into the industry, like looking for tips, whatever, and then all the comments are, run as fast as you can, get out while you still can, you know, whatever. And then there's the other side of the industry, which is those of us that are probably the louder voices, where we run it like a business and treat it like a business, and do see how much fun not only it is for the kids you're dropping off, right? It depends on your personality, which side of this equation you want to fall on, but whether you like bringing the fun to the kids, which is never gets old. I will say that it never gets old. Or
Never.
how much fun you can have because you have the job that brings the fun to the kids. Meaning, yeah. I don't bring the fun to the kids much anymore, right? My employees do that, but they get to do that to where, in my opinion, it's very easy to keep things positive, optimistic, and forward looking, because what they do has such a component to it that is joy bringing. I don't have to try real hard because we're not selling shoes, like, right? When you're selling shoes or mortgages, to keep the team engaged, you got to do all sorts of stupid stuff. You know what I mean? The inflatable industry, it's like, set them up to succeed with the equipment they need, over communicate with them, and then the rest of the job's pretty enjoyable. Even when it's hot, it's still pretty enjoyable. All right.
Yeah. It's very inspiring. And I appreciate you and everybody in this chat listening to me wax and wane.
Super glad you're here, man. We're super glad to have you.
So Nick,
What
decided to go a different way than Christmas lights, and I tested over the weekend, and I got 2 people.
What is it?
Little, just trying to test it. It's electronics repair, so it's like iPhone screens, tablet screens. I didn't know how easy it was and how much markup there is. So let me show you. Oh, can't. Either way, I did an iPhone 11 screen. That thing I charged $130 for install. The screen itself was $30, so $100 profit, quote unquote. And then I come to find out the screen, since the digitizer, like the LCD part, that wasn't broke. I can send it in to the company and get $25 back. So they'll just put a new sheet of glass on it. So now I've made $125, and it really just cost $5 in parts.
Yeah, this was a while ago.
Eight screws, 2 connectors. That's it.
Right.
Done.
Yeah, I think I'm still working, but there was a mobile phone repair guy, I want to say, that went to my mom or dad's house, was there for 5 minutes, did what you just did. They paid him whatever they just paid you. And I totally forgot about that industry.
Man, that's all I do, because I still work at Batteries Plus Bulbs. I'm a manager there. And they work with my schedule, because I said, hey, I know you're looking for work, but I run my own thing on the weekends. So I need Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. They're like, okay, we just need help. He started training me to do all this, and then he showed me all the stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I am about to do this too. And once I can get enough for like a shop, dude, you're paying someone like 15, 16 an hour to take out a few screws. We do, the iPhone 11 is the most popular of that, in the XR. We do about 8 or 9 of those a day at Batteries Plus.
No way.
Every day in my area.
Yeah, because I go to, like, whenever I buy, or like if the little glass protector or whatever breaks, there's one place I always go to. Whatever, I don't remember. They all have the same name. I feel like iFix or whatever. But
yeah, mine's ifixit.com.
yeah. But I go to this one place, like, it's a little bit more well run, but then, like, you don't walk in, it doesn't smell like cigarettes, and right, they sell quality stuff. But I'm there. I'm like, yeah, bro, like this happened. And they're like, cool. That'll be $80. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, dude.
Yeah, no,
80
and
bucks.
the screens. So whenever we sell screens there, we install a tempered glass, which it's on the label. It is that, but you buy them at wholesale. You get them like 200, 300 units or pieces of it, and it comes out like 5-10 cents a piece. And then they turn around and sell them for 20.
That's like the little like these things. Like, wait, I just got my new phone, so I've got it sitting right here. Oh, I thought it, oh yeah, right here.
Most of them, they're all getting them
These
from the
things?
same place on AliExpress. Yeah, all of them getting the same place. They go to a packaging like company, get their logo, make it look nice, put a lot of selling words on it. They're all made by the same people.
Apparently
Yeah,
I
look
paid
at that.
$60 for that.
They probably paid nothing for it, just paid for the box. It's crazy. So I'm gonna check this out, try it a little bit. If it don't work, I lost $12 for a domain and a few hundred in parts. It's a risk willing to take.
No, I'm all for it. Yeah, because so we were sitting around drinking a couple weeks ago, and then so I have a buddy, his name's Daryl. He's always got a good idea, and his ideas are generally pretty good. And so somehow we got on the topic of ice cream man, right? And so I said, dude, and it kind of turned into a side conversation between him and I, but I said, dude, you need to go join the Ice Cream Man Facebook group right now. He's like, you think there's an Ice Cream Man Facebook group? I said, I know there is, and I bet it's 12K deep. Like, he go and joined it? No, 18K. 18,000 dudes. Yeah. And so I said, what you need to do is go, and I start telling him all the questions to ask, right? All the same shit that people ask in all of our Facebook groups. I said, I asked this. I said, I'm interested to know, because we were interested to know like what the margin was, whatever. And so then he texted me like a week ago. He's like, bro, I'm in that Facebook group. Like, you ever thought about starting an ice cream truck? I said, yes, I absolutely have. But where I want to go going forward, I don't want to start another weekend business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jump Off's busy enough on the weekend, right? And I got amazing guys that work for me, so I'm not like taxed and like, right, spent on the weekends. But still, the phone rings, you know, hey, we miscounted cords, hey, right? The other thing I don't want to start is another holiday business. Like, the Christmas light business is incredible. My goal this year is to do $300,000 in revenue. That's
low. You're gonna buzz that.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
At the way you're going, that's low. You should raise that $500,000, man.
But like your window is just so tight where it's just like, I mean, already today I went to the bus stop at 4:30 with a beer, and Christy, my friend Christy's like, beer 30 already? I'm like, if you knew how many,
you got no idea.
moving things from spreadsheets, organizing spreadsheets, getting my admin access to spreadsheets, and then she erased the spreadsheet. Like, yeah, it's beer 30, right? So I'm like, I don't want holiday and I don't want weekend. I want like a we can do it whenever we want business. You know what I mean? So that's a good one. You know what I mean?
So the beauty with this one, super easy. The way I have it set up, it's all through Square, which that one's got a lot more versatility now that I've played around with it than I thought, because that's what I was going to use first for the bounce house thing. But then Inflatable Office did it, and I probably won't switch it because it just works.
Yeah,
so I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
But this one, it's so easy. I have it set up for an appointment. They book their appointment. They have a minimum $20 deposit. They cancel. It's a $20 cancellation fee. So they're pretty much locked in. And if they're coming to the website already and it's pretty new, they're pretty desperate. The way I've structured it, since I don't have much overhead, I don't have a shop yet. I'd like to have this at a shop. It's really, I get the part, I drive to their house. It takes me probably 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gone, and I've made $100-something bucks.
Yeah, no, that's good. I used Square the first 3 seasons for the Christmas light business.
Square is awesome, and the fact that most of the shit on there is free, they just take small percentage. It's crazy. If people realize how much money they can make from their iPhone, they'd be blown away.
Agreed. Yeah,
they're too busy scrolling on Twitter and Facebook and all this. They could literally download one other app, and man,
I'm a big fan of that. Where like when anybody complains they don't have any time to do whatever, I'm always like, bro, please tell me how many shows you watched on Netflix last night.
Right.
Like, can we sit here and do a personal audit of like your time? Like how long you sat in bed and scrolled instead of getting your ass
Right.
up?
Show me the screen time on your iPhone. How long you've been on Facebook?
Come
this
on.
week.
I'm like, dude, I got the same 24 hours. Plus, I'm 37 with 2 kids, dude. And I can build all this crazy stuff, but it's all it is because I don't spend time consuming anything. I spend time building. Jesse, you have your hand up, bro. You have a question?
Yeah, man. I'm want to talk about Christmas lights.
Let's do it, bro. It's that season. Let's do it.
So yeah, I'm fired up about Christmas lights, and I've been throwing out some quotes, and I've landed a couple. I got a couple deposits in, and I got a couple more that I'm seeing what pathway lighting would look like here, and seeing what it would look like there. So I think I pretty well got those couple landed. But I had posted in one of the Facebook groups the other day, like when I've landed my first one and what I bid it for, and I got ripped pretty much for how low it was.
Welcome to the industry.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of wondering if I really was low on that, or because I'm still bidding the same way, you know, and so I kind of like some reassurance.
Yeah, I remember I commented on one of them. I was like the 60th comment, but
yeah.
But
I think that you were a little low, but you know, good job.
What are you bidding at per foot?
So $7. But I think
That's
they
low.
said I measured short. But you know, I measured on Google Earth.
sorry, you were at what per foot?
He
7.
said 7.
So you bid
550 on pathway.
So you bid, yeah, okay. And then did you you have to,
And then so
count the bulbs when you're done, but did you check to see how much feet you ran after?
I hadn't installed it yet.
Oh, check. Okay. So
Yeah.
were you the one that did the all purple one, or no?
No,
Different one.
I
So you had the lines written on it.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
the lines on it. So I had yellow on the roof, blue on the pathway, and purple on the bushes, but it's all warm white.
So what you're gonna see is if every time you post that picture, you're gonna get hate because you can look at a picture and sometimes the picture makes the house look bigger and sometimes the picture makes the house look smaller. You cannot, and there's old dudes in there that are like, I just fucking look at a picture and
they said look at the
Design
garage
7.
door and then measure the house off the garage door.
all sorts of crazy stuff. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know. I just know that they're old and ornery. So like, I don't give them any credit. Right. So it's very hard. My mom still does it where she sends a picture to me and she goes, okay, I bid 3,200 on this job. Did I nail it? And you're like, you can't even, right? Google car has the fisheye lens. You're just like, dude, I have to sit down and measure it. It's just, I have to sit down and measure it. So what I would tell you is, if you're, let me see if I can I got Google Earth up. Let me share my screen. I'll show you a couple quick things to just be careful of that will screw you quickly.
So I'm willing to give you the address to this house, and it's 82 feet.
Oh, geez.
So Nick, I don't want to
over the roof line.
I don't want to interject, but how accurate is the Google Earth from the top down view?
It's pretty accurate.
It's pretty good.
So if you go, like this is a
I checked an Olympic pool and it was 75 feet long.
Yeah.
So the margin error is probably like a foot or two max, maybe.
Yeah, but which adds up though. It's like, so this house,
it does, yeah.
Like you're gonna go measure this house, right? Looking at it from above, and you're gonna do this. You're gonna be like, all right, we come across here. Right? You can't tell. It's a weird house. It's a freaking $3.3 million house, but it does that right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, we landed the job. Don't worry. Right? It does that right there. So it's weird.
Yeah.
But that little, and I don't know if we're gonna light those little, because those gutters are so close, it's bizarre. You know what I mean? But the other thing that will kill you, and I wish I could show you the top view of this, right? But this, it comes around like this, and then this comes back I don't know where, like to there. And then when you restart, you don't start here. This is up under this eave by like 1 foot, right? So you miss 2 feet here and another foot there. And then you do it again on this side of the house. And then you do it again over here on the garage, where the garage overlaps, right? Because there's 4 feet there, and then another, so there's another 5 feet. All of a sudden, you didn't factor in 12 feet. You go from $7 a foot. It's surprising how fast it can come down.
So why don't you at the end, like once you get your measurements, like the estimate, why don't you just build in like a $10 error fee, or 10 foot?
That's what she does. Yeah. So
She does.
Yep. And then the other thing too is like kind of depending on like early season, I tell her to be careful, but you're gonna shoot these hips here like this. She does this, right? Instead of, so that's 32 instead of 25, right? So it just tacks on just a little bit more.
Yeah, and that could kind of be, I guess, misleading almost because the camera angle, so it could be a little bit higher, right?
Yes.
Than what the angle's giving off.
And then like for this, so where you've got the overhang like this, the way we compensate for this, like, so it should come to there just looking at it from above. I don't end and start a new one. I just do that. So that just added 2 feet to then get down to that roof line, right? So you do that little loop right there. Yeah, you do that little loop that adds 2 feet that helps you out. So instead of subtracting 2, you're adding 2.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the address? We'll go to the house.
Hang on, let me see. It is 677 Goose Pond Island Drive, Scottsboro, Alabama.
Here we go. We're getting there. It's gonna take a second because we're streaming. I upgraded my internet because of Booze and Biz.
To get a street view of that house, you have to go to realtor.com.
Oh, okay.
But you can get an overhead view from there.
See, I'm telling you, there are so many apps with so much information that you can make so much money just off your smartphone.
All right, let's go. I've been liking the Redfin. I've been using Redfin this season.
But yeah, like I say, you can get overhead view on Google Earth of that house.
Yeah, I gotta look at the front real quick. I should be able to look at the front real quick.
Have y'all ran into any issues with these like realtor sites where the homeowners go back to them and say, "Hey, can you remove the images of my property?"
Houses that have never sold, the original person who built the house lives in it still, so it's not on any
It's not on Redfin. You went to Realtor?
Yeah, I found it on Realtor. It was not on Zillow either.
Yeah, Justin, basically what you do is you just message him and go, "Man, your house is so new. That's incredible. Can you send me a picture of it?"
There you go.
And I tell him, "Give me one from the front, one from this angle, one from this angle." And everybody, I mean, I did it to a $2 million house yesterday. She was happy. She was stoked, right? Because I'm gonna bring her Christmas, man.
Of course, I want to take pictures of my big ass house.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna give her Christmas. Come on.
Look at this $1 million landscaping we got.
See if this will go, dude. It's being real slow.
Not knocking on those type of people. If y'all are in here, you got that type of bread.
And
Where I'm trying to be.
Yeah, I will, man. Just wait, I will.
I think we all will. We're all in this mindset. We need to
Real talk.
make it.
Yeah, I can hear my kids out there streaming, so I don't know if we're gonna get a street view of this sucker, but we'll go au natural.
Do y'all not have fiber out there?
Picture.
There we go. It's real slow. Okay. All right, so it's a hip roof. So on this one, you're just doing the roof line?
Yeah, on the front side. Can you see my camera right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. You got the blur background on though, so it's blurring
Yeah,
out your
blurred.
All right, hold up. I'm not good at this.
Me neither. So we're in the same boat.
How about now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
lots of different levels. All right, I'll do my
Oh,
best.
why
I'll do
not?
my best. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go old school without the spreadsheet. Just go straight into the calendar or calculator. All right, so we're gonna go up on. See, so 7, 8.
Here's my overhead shot.
Yeah, you're pretty.
Oh, and they're wanting that weird angle lit up too. What even is that?
That's it. There's a hip on them. Yeah, the hip of the roof.
That's funky looking.
I had a 25, not 24. Yeah, that'll go back. Okay.
Okay. That makes more sense. There's a little pop out for a window there.
And then this is a upstairs. That's gonna overlap a little bit. This starts here, I think, at that hip, huh? Yep. See, I would have started here to measure this way. But looking at your picture, you got to start there. And there's another freaking 6 feet I'd have missed. Okay, that's one level. So that
Are they doing any wreaths or like green stuff?
Yeah, wreath on the window right there.
So how much do those cost?
I've
too
charged
much. Too much.
425 for 48 inch.
And then what's this left side?
All right, hold up. Got that? Can you see that?
Yeah, keep going. Move it to your left. Keep going. Oh, you gotta move the picture.
Just dies off.
Yeah, okay, it goes back. So this, whoops, let me mark that. See, this doesn't go to the roof right there. It overlaps. Yeah, it gets under there. So
Yeah, it's kind of like an overhang piece.
yeah, we'll say 19. So just the front of the roof, and I did not measure on your picture. You have this hip drawn right there.
No. It's just that dormer right there.
Oh yeah, okay, perfect.
Back dies off.
So I'm at 10. I got 104 feet.
Okay.
And you were 80. You said, huh?
I was 82.
Yeah, and so all you're doing, you're measuring to here, not to here.
Yeah, what I do is I come from the corner, and when I hit the roof line, I look at my measurement and I just add 2 feet. Is what I've been doing.
Yeah, I don't know why you're so short. I don't know if you missed a piece or whatever. It takes a minute to kind of get into it. But yeah, I mean, so that's 728. Yeah, 728 is what I get when I times by 7.
Yeah.
You're gonna do all those different levels. Like to me, like now being at a larger scale, having gone through a crazy last year, I noticed those houses like with these levels like that. There's a technical difficulty added that a 104 foot or whatever I measured house, 104 foot house that's zip down, right? One turret around the entryway and zip down. That's so easy compared to all those different runs that you've got to measure, run cords to. Freaking making those jumper cords is more time consuming than you think. And so you measure that house at 104 and maybe, right, it also depends on your leverage and how busy you are. But if you're not busy at all, cool, bid that thing at 700 and let's go get lit. 600, who cares? Like, let's go get the job. You know what I mean? Be careful because you'll get busier than you think. Me now, I would bid that north of that. So times 7. If I'm doing that bid, I'd be like 8.
Yeah.
825,
so I did
something like that.
The house, I think I was 575. That's the 82 feet at $7 a foot. And then I did 66 feet of pathway at 550. So that put me 363 on that. And then I sold her that wreath for 425. and then I wrapped bushes for $120 each. I figured 4 strands, $30 a strand.
Yeah, you're low on the house. You're about 550 on the house by my measurement, and that was a quick measurement. But
yeah,
you upsold her on the I mean, dude, you're good. You're good.
She's the first house at the entrance of a very that Goose Pond Island neighborhood. Is a very wealthy lake subdivision, new, and she made a Facebook post. She's an acquaintance, and showing off her Halloween decorations on her porch. And so all these women were like, "Oh my God, you got me in the spirit. That looks so cute, whatever." And so I commented on there. I was like, "Hey, I do Christmas lights, and I even do Halloween colors and stuff, you know." And so she private messaged me like that and was like, "Oh my God, I cannot find anybody to come to Scottsboro. I've been wanting this for like 2 years now." And I'm like, "I come to Scottsboro. I'm like 30 minutes up the street." And so she's the first house going into that subdivision. So I think I got her down for November 1st. And so I think I'm going to get some business out of that.
Yeah, you will 100%. And so she'll take a picture, right? Post it. You go comment on it, follow up. Have her go. Do you own inflatables too, or you just do Christmas lights?
I got inflatables too. I'm up to 6.
How many?
6.
Do you have a vent hawk?
I don't.
Okay,
but I'm weekend warrior too.
Okay. So Event Hawk does this thing where they send a text message every Tuesday to every client in the Event Hawk funnel, in the Event Hawk ecosystem. That is that says, "It would mean a lot to me if you went and did a Google review this day and age. It means the world, whatever." And then there's a link. Well, I went and tested it with my Christmas light business. You have to do it manually, but you can just go to your Google business page, click reviews, click get more reviews, and there's the link. Yeah. So have her go do, a Google review. And then I would tell her to be like, whatever story you want to tell her, but get a fucking sign in her front yard. Yeah. So I made my little signs, like they were 18 wide by 12 tall inches, that said professional Christmas light installation and then the phone number or whatever. But then I went and made some big ones, which were 18 inches tall, 24 inches wide, of the logo. Yeah. And I think I landed on it's just the freaking logo. And that sign, I only made like 10 of those. They're expensive, but that sign I would put in her front yard. So when they make that corner to go into that Goose Island, right? Because I see it's all over onto the right. Yeah. Every house has a dock on it. Like, yes, bro. Yeah. Yeah. If you bid low on her house to put a sign to get the rest of the neighborhood, you're gonna be just fine. Yeah, you're gonna be just fine. Yeah, and so far all my scores are in neighborhoods like that, and so I'm thinking I might just camp out in those couple neighborhoods. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and so let me zoom out a little bit, but like there's this weird long ass feeder road that goes into those. It's got to come off a highway somewhere. Yeah, and then she's like the first, I think maybe the first house when you get back in there. Oh yeah. Because you go through what looks like should be full of houses, but isn't. Yeah. And so, basically what you do, you put your sign in her yard, right, to where it's visible coming in this from what looks to be north, and then put one coming where you come out of the stuff. Let me share my screen because I'm onto the highway talking with my hands and can't even see what I'm doing. Yeah, so you put a sign here, right? So they're coming out. So they pass her house way back here and see, boom, there's your sign. Then they come out here and they see a sign here as they get ready to exit. And then you put a sign, if you can get away with it. I don't know. It looks like they probably, the county or whatever mows this, but this time of year you should be good. Well, that's a big nice trench right there too. It's like an archway, and so, or like a little bridge, like a preserved old bridge. And so I bet the HOA mows that right there. Oh, okay. Yeah, but they're this time of year they're done cutting, and you're a little bit north of me, so you put one sign where you can see it coming this way, and you put a sign here where you can see it coming this way, right? And just triple down, and you should own that market. Go gonna do a good job on her house, but she's going up November 1, dude. I mean, don't let the Christmas light contractor freaking Facebook group get you down.
Yeah. And so, I think I've bid a couple more, man. And, I landed one today for 2,100. I got two $3,500 quotes out that I say they're moving, they're wanting to move the pathway and see what it looks like here and there. And so I think I may have those two. And so, I've got some good ones, I think.
Yeah. I think you're good, dude. I think you got it made.
Looks like everybody's left us, huh?
Cool. Yeah, I know. Everybody's gone. So that's cool. I got to get my kids to bed anyway. We went for freaking 2 hours tonight. That's awesome, dude. They haven't gone for this long in a while. So, but anyways, all right, we'll sign her off. Zach just jumped in. Zach was at the Christmas light training, but we're ending Zach. So next week, bro. Next week, come in next week.
Hey, Nick, I got one question for you real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, I've been sick since Saturday and I'm just getting well enough. I've been getting my LLC and logo made and everything like that going today. I was going to order 1,000-foot starter pack.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, do I order a warm white or sun warm white?
You're splitting hairs, but generally speaking, sun warm white is what's more preferred.
Okay, that's all I was asking before I placed that big order. I wanted to make sure.
Wait till tomorrow.
Wait till tomorrow?
Wait till tomorrow. I'm working on something, so just wait till tomorrow.
All right, absolutely, I will. Thank you, Nick.
Yep, you betcha.
I'm about to make a good order too, so I'm excited for whatever news you got there.
Yeah. Wait till tomorrow. I'm working on something with Fred, so we're trying to make it come to. It didn't make it to tonight because it was too late to get it going. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to announce. So yeah, just wait.
Cool.
Okay. Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you so much.
You bet you guys. All right, we're gonna sign off. I'm gonna get my kids to bed. My wife's out of town, so I'm flying solo. But everybody, thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on the podcast and made it this far, you get a gold star, but also hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys next week, every Wednesday. Will be in Dallas next Wednesday for the Big and Bright raffle drawing. So we'll see how we do Booze and Biz next week. It might get interesting. But I love you guys, and I got to be here. I got to be here every Wednesday because I miss these. So anyways, I'm signing off. You guys have a great night. Later.
See you, Nick.